Hello, welcome to Enots Engineering. I'm Alan. In this video, which is part 2, we make this stop screw 5/16 BSW, plain portion and a knurled head. Quite a simple screw to make. It fits the part we made last week, which is this stop bracket, and we'll see how these two work when you're machining a thread. So let's go into the workshop and see how we do it.
Point 3125, which is 5/16. I've got a smaller collet, that'll just go into there. Face the front. And on the cross slide you've got this hole that's been drilled and tapped 5/16 BSW, and that is what we use for the stop. Now I'll set up the lathe to demonstrate the screw stop when cutting a thread. I'm not going to cut a thread, but I'll demonstrate the procedure. First of all, you set your compound slide to around 29.5 degrees, depending on the thread you're cutting. Set the cutting tool square to the part and set the tool so it's just touching the part. Then zero your compound slide. Next, fit the thread stop clamp onto the cross slide and tighten up the clamping screw. Ensure that the clamp is firm. Then insert the clamping bolt into the stop until the face of the clamping bolt hits the stop. Back the tool off on the compound slide. Back the cross slide out. Wind the cross slide in until the clamping bolt hits the stop. Turn the compound slide in until the tool touches the part. And if you've set it correctly, the compound slide should be on your 0 mark. Now you're ready for your first cut. Wind back to the start, put the cut on, start the lathe and engage the half nuts. Cut the thread until you come to the end of the part. When you come to the end of the cut, turn this out, stop your machine, reverse it back to the start. At the start, stop your machine, wind the cross slide in until it hits a stop. You should be now ready to put your second cut on. Put on your second cut, start the machine. When you get to the face, wind the cross slide out, stop the machine. So this stop just lets you wind in. You don't have to worry about the settings on the dial. You just wind it until it hits a stop and you know the depth is correct. Put your feed on for the next cut. Cut along. When you get to the end, wind out, switch off your lathe, reverse it, and the lathe will back up. Wind back into the stop. Put your next cut on. Another use for this stop is if on repetitive turning you've set your stop for your first one where you want to repeat, the next job's in there, so you machine off, go in, machine off, and then when you come to the stop it will be at the exact position, so you can use this as a stop to control the cross slide. That's a finished cross slide stop or thread cutting stop. I hope that was useful. Hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time on Enots Engineering.